Welcome back, everyone, to the Liz and Marty Show.
It's Thursday. Let's go. Everybody wake up and let's go to work. What?
Let's go. 4-day. No. Is it 4-day? 3-day weekend.
3-day weekend.
3-day weekend. We're almost
3-day
there.
weekend, baby.
White Claw Gabe, if anybody knows White Claw Gabe on TikTok. How you doing, babe?
I'm doing good. A little tired, but I mean, I'm all good over here on my side.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're
How
so
are you
dedicated. I am doing great. It's, the sun's out. I think Kansas City's finally at the stage where, summer's here, baby. Officially, I think we're there. It's hot. It's a little bit humid, not too bad. And, yeah, it's my grandma's birthday today. So we're going to go celebrate her.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
I know, right?
Do you know when's the first day of summer? Just randomly.
Officially,
it's like June something, right?
I don't know.
I think it's like June, like towards the end of June, and I know it ends like the week before my birthday in September, but just randomly, I don't even know why I asked that.
Yeah, I thought it was May, but you might be right.
Yeah, I think it's like June 20th or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So welcome back to another Throwing It Back Thursday. Just a little.
It's Throwing It Back Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Throwing it back to our
throw
memories.
Where we just throw it back in a circle.
Okay. What are you throwing back? What are you talking about?
You know what, babe? We don't even have to say. We just know what we're throwing back, and that's that. So whatever it is that you're throwing this Thursday, just make sure to
throw it
around in a circle.
This is Throwing It Back Thursday, not throwing it in a circle Thursday.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, so today we wanted to talk to you guys about, just kind of our childhood memories. I'm aware that everyone has different upbringings, but for the most part, when you and I talk about our upbringings, even though we both grew up with Mexican parents and kind of similar, we still had different childhood realities.
Yes.
So I thought it'd be fun to kind of touch base on our experiences as maybe not toddler age, but where we can remember back in middle school or high school.
Yeah, for sure.
And kind of just go down memory lane, and maybe hopefully you guys can kind of relate to some of these, to me or Martin, whichever. But I just thought it'd be fun to. Because some of these are hilarious. Some of these people won't ever believe. When I tell people that I didn't have okay. At what age did you have your first phone? Let's start there.
My first phone was there was two types of people who had phones when I was my age. The ones that were my parents got me my phone and they pay for it and everything. Mm-hmm. And then there was parents like my parents that always told us, you're not getting a phone until you until you can pay for it yourself. So I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. So I had to wait till I was 16, maybe sophomore year of high school. And
really?
I started working at 16 whenever at Taco Bell. And I remember my first phone that I could afford was a phone that Radio Shack carried. It was called Trumpet Mobile. That was a company.
Oh yeah, you said
it.
that last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it didn't even have a name for the phone. I didn't know what phone it was. It wasn't no Razor.
Everybody got the standard phone from Track.
Yeah.
Did everyone have if you had that service? Did everyone have the same phone?
Yeah.
Or did you have a selection?
No, they had a selection. They had Yeah, I know what you're saying. So Trumpet Mobile, they had 3 phones you could get. They were the reason I liked it was because they were all black, they were blacked out. So I like that. But it was a flip phone, and then you had a standard black brick kind of the Nokia brick.
Okay.
And then you had the high tech one that was a BlackBerry imitation of it, like a screen and a bunch of buttons on the bottom. And the one I could afford was the flip phone, and I actually liked that one because I didn't want to get the brick because that one's the cheapest one. But and I got the flip phone, so I could be more official,
So you splurged out.
Yeah, and I had the game Snake on there, and dude, whenever I try to pretend,
if you didn't,
I was trying to pretend to be cool, fucking on my phone. I'm on my phone right now playing Snake, not even texting anybody or anything.
Yikes!
My first contacts: mom, dad, the app.
Oh my God, remember speed dial?
Speed dial. I didn't have speed dial. Did I have speed dial? Well, I mean,
I feel like every phone had it, regardless if you had like a flip phone or a nice phone. Like you assigned a contact, like your favorites, to a number.
Mhm.
So like if you press the number 1, it would call your mom
Oh wow.
automatically. You don't have to dial it. Yeah, speed
I wasn't
dial.
even that good at it. Like I was just
Really?
yeah, I wasn't big on the phone stuff. Like I didn't even like text that many people or anything. I just mostly had it just I don't even know I had one. But then like I started using it more like whenever I was in my like obviously whenever you get to like junior year and like senior. But I
Yeah.
mean, I
Well,
would call my friends. Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, I had my first phone in 8th grade. I remember 8th grade. I
Dang.
already had my first phone, so a little bit before. But it's funny because I wasn't supposed to get a phone. My older sister was the only one who had a phone, but
Okay.
she got in trouble. Let me tell you about this story. She got in trouble because
Are you gonna
at
expose
the
her? No,
time,
okay.
no, I mean, it just
Yeah, I'm just
happened. I'm
kidding.
telling you why I got the phone because she back in the day, you like your cell phone plan did not include texting. Like if you wanted to text, you had to pay
Mm.
like 10 cents, 20 cents, whatever per text plus the incoming text.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
So, yeah, so I think her phone bill once came down to like $300, and at the time that's like insanely
Damn.
expensive. My dad was like, if you can't be responsible with your phone,
You're not
you
gonna
can't
have
have it
one.
anymore. So she's like, okay, fine, fine. Babe, the next month, the same thing. The phone bill comes back at three
300.
hundred dollars, and my dad
Damn.
was pissed, and he's like, I'm gonna give your phone to your sister. Maybe she can be more responsible. And he gave it to me.
Dang.
And I think I've had the same phone number ever since.
What was the phone?
It was a Motorola, like not the razor, not the chunky razor that you recall, but like it was like the thinner version of that. But it was
That's
a razor.
cool.
It was really nice.
That's awesome. Then the Sidekick came out. Do you remember the Sidekick?
I did.
I always wanted the
That was
Sidekick because it
definitely,
looked so cool, but then I was like, that kind of sucked.
yeah. So first phone, Motorola, and then I think after that I had like an LG phone that like you would slide up, and it would have like it would be half keyboard, half touchscreen.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I had a BlackBerry, and then iPhone after that. But
That's cool. But yeah, my sister had the Razor and the Sidekick, and I was like really jealous of it. But I was like, probably wouldn't even use it if I had it. So it was whatever.
really? You didn't talk to anybody on the phone, or you weren't
Not
like you
really.
weren't you
Uh,
weren't that person that was like waiting for 9 p.m. so that you can get free minutes, free text or something like that?
no way. No, 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 no.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
just text my friends because we all lived like in that same neighborhood, so we would all just like be right there with each other, and we would just be like, okay, let's go like to the basketball courts or to the soccer field or whatever, because we had everything like
Okay.
literally across the street. So we were always like outside playing or doing something or whatever. So yeah, it didn't become useful till like I got my car. Then that's when I really was like, okay, I need my phone, like to text people like, hey, you want me to go get you, or you got,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like freshman year, junior year, not really. No.
So when you would go out, how talk to me about how your parents approached, like, did you have to ask for permission, or were your parents more like um I don't know, like they were more lenient and they were like, yeah, yeah, you can go, whatever, as long
My
as you tell me
my
where you're
parents were
going?
super lenient with me. Like I could do whatever. Like I could go anywhere with whoever. It didn't matter.
That's crazy to me because I know your sisters have told me otherwise. And
Mm.
I'll say this in my family as well. Like, I'm the middle child of like two sisters. And so
Mm-hmm.
my older sister always kind of like, she was always told, like, well, you can't go anywhere unless you take one of your sisters.
Yep.
And then my sister would always say, I bet you if we had a brother, it wouldn't be the same thing. And I was like, dude, like, I know. And then when I met you, and then like just you telling me how like not so strict your parents were with you compared to your sisters, I'm like, that's so unfair. Like, why are Mexican families like that? And I don't know if it's just Mexican. Maybe it's just all across, you know? But
I
I
do
hear that
remember my
happen more
sisters
than not.
always like getting mad because I would go like sleep over at my friend's house, and I'd be like, "What the heck? Like, well, you never let us go sleep over anywhere or whatever." And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
mm,
Yeah, like speaking of sleepovers, we were never allowed to sleep over anywhere. Like you guys, I'm telling you, like I never like my little girlfriends back in middle school. I would always get invited to like birthday parties, slumber parties type of thing, and my parents never let me go. And I was just like, and then I had to hear about it come Monday. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, Wendy, your party was so much fun. And remember when we stayed up to 2 a.m., blah, 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 listening to the radio or whatever? And I was like, feeling FOMO as fuck.
dang.
Oh my God. I was so sad. But then, I mean, now that I think about it, obviously in hindsight, I'm like, I don't know. We're just so like desconfiados. Like, we don't trust just anybody. And I don't know if I would completely, if I ever have a daughter or a son, like, I
Allow
don't know
them
if
to
I'd
go sleep over.
completely. No, I don't know if I'd completely like just revoke that privilege from them, but maybe like I'd be a little hesitant too.
Got
Who knows?
It was so funny because like I was like a huge gamer. I would game a lot, and yeah, like this is kind of cringe, but like I would go over with my Xbox and my TV to my friend's
Oh my
house.
God. I thought you were going to say I would go over with my ex, and I thought you were going to stop there. And I was like, oh,
What?
it was about to get rowdy up in here. You saw my face. I was like, ex?
Nombre con el ex.
We're talking about childhood memories here. I'm kidding. You'd go, so you'd get your suitcase ready with Xbox and your games and stuff.
Yeah.
Ready for a night out.
I'm going out.
I can already imagine you like with those backpacks that had wheels on them and you'd roll them out like.
Oh yeah.
You would pack your shit and leave.
Pack
Ma,
my shit
ahorita
and go.
vengo.
I'm outie. My mom was always like, "¿Te vas a llevar la tele?"
Wait, you would take the TV too?
Yeah, TV and everything.
Why? Did your
Because
friends
there
not
were
have a
one-player
TV?
games. There were one-player games, and we went to somebody's house, and it was only one like not one person gonna play. We're all gonna play, so we all took our TVs and Xboxes and everything.
Wait, how big were these TVs?
I had a 25-inch, so it was not that big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a small room, small TV, so it wasn't that bad. It was a little good setup. But still, it was a lot. Like, I don't know, like, why my mom let me do that. I was like, yeah, I'll bounce. I'll bring my stuff. And by stuff, I meant my whole room.
Your whole room, your blanket. I think the only time I ever had a true sleepover was with my cousins. And that was like once or twice. Not really like, but again, with family. But yeah, what about the first time in your childhood? When was the time that you got on the plane for the first time?
On a plane?
Did that happen? Did that happen in your childhood at some point?
Yeah, the plane
Oh,
ride?
yes. You went to Disneyland.
I went to Disneyland. I went to Disney World, actually.
How old were you?
I was like 13. I had like the average whenever kids go to Disney World. The privileged kids.
Wow.
I was not privileged. I did not have money or anything to pay for. I got sponsored by my aunt. She took me 3 times, maybe 4 times. I can't remember anymore.
When you tell me that, I'm just like, wow. Like, I just think about like your fairy godmother, just like taking you under her wing.
I know.
Just giving you the experiences of a lifetime.
And then she was like, next year, she's like, you want to go next year too? I was like, yes. And then the following year, you want to go to the next one too? And I was like, yep.
Babe, Disneyland / Disney World is so expensive. I don't know what it was like when, we were 13.
I'm pretty sure either way.
That's expensive, but that's awesome.
Yeah. And I would just take my little extra money so I can like buy my food, but not even that. My aunt paid for everything. I was just like, damn. But yeah, I got on the plane and I was like, it was funny because it was me and my cousin's first time like going on the plane together, and we sat together like it was only like aisles of twos. So we sat together and we're like, bro, like, do you know, like if the plane crashes, me and you in the back, like we're good. Supposedly it's like the front.
Ew, you thought. Oh my God.
And then I'm like, hey bro, how fast do you think the plane goes before it takes off? He's like, I think like 80 miles per hour. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. Like around 80, 60. Man, that thing took off so fucking fast. We're like, oh shit, we're not doing 80.
Y'all looked at each other like, whoa.
Yeah, but it was funny. It was a really fun experience. I never thought I would be on an airplane. But
Oh, yeah. And now look at you, flying out every other month.
every month I gotta go over there on a work trip. No, I'm kidding.
On a work trip to record the Liz and Marty show.
Yeah.
For me, I'll tell you a funny story because I think my first experience like getting on a plane was with my family flying to Mexico. But I'll tell you a funny story about the time that me and my sisters and my cousin, we were all like, I think my older sister was 15 at the time and everybody else was younger than her. So we all flew to DC to visit another cousin of ours, my uncle, and so we stayed with them. But on the way back, I don't know why our parents were just like, yeah, we'll send our kids on a plane, take care of them for 2 weeks over the summer type of thing.
Alone.
Yes, alone. No parents, no guardians, nothing.
Oh, see, that's crazy.
It was just me, Fanny, Yessie, and Daisy. And so we made it safe, whatever, spent 2 weeks in DC. It was so much fun. We went to like the Smithsonian, kind of went to the zoo and stuff like that, did some fun things. And then when it's time to come back home,
yeah,
we all had like iPods at the time. And what?
No, I was gonna be like, what iPods?
I had the iPod Nano, the blue one.
The little square. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that thing. I'm so sad I lost it. But anyway, my sister had an iPod Nano, my older sister, and she was the one who was kind of responsible for like checking us into the flight, like getting us to our gate type of thing, 'cause she was the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're sitting at the gate, babe.
Okay.
She's on her phone. I have both my earphones in, listening to music, and I think my cousin and my little sister were talking or something, whatever.
Yeah.
We completely missed our flight because nobody was paying attention.
Oh my god.
And so when we look back and see that our entire gate is empty, we started freaking out. We're like, what are we going to do? We're at an airport alone. My uncle already left. Like, he dropped us off an hour ago. Like, you know.
Dang, dude. Y'all wild in for that.
I know. And that's why I'm like, oh
and that's
my God.
Freaking 4 plane tickets.
Babe, we had no business. Like, what? Like, oh my gosh. I just think about that. I'm like, what were we doing? And then my sister calls my uncle.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I don't know how we got rebooked on another plane ticket. Maybe they felt sorry for us because we were so little.
For free?
Yeah, I don't think we had to pay an additional.
Dang.
But the next flight that was leaving to KC was the next day. So my uncle had to come back to the airport to pick us up.
Did y'all get an ass beating?
No, we didn't. We were just so scared, and we called my dad and told him like, "Hey, we're not gonna get here tonight." And he's like, "What? Why not?" And, we missed our flight. Whose fault was it? And it was technically everyone's fault because nobody was paying attention. And so I was like, "En qué cabeza cabe?" Like, oh my god.
My mom would have lit me up. She would have freaking broken that freaking iPhone or iPod on my head, bro. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, well, never again. Like, that's why, like, even to this day, I think about that whenever I'm at a gate or just waiting for, to board. We just never boarded that plane. We were just sitting there, babe. Like,
I'm just thinking of what would happen to me if I told my mom, like, if she paid for my ticket and everything and then I fucking missed it, she would have just freaking lit me up.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You're gonna miss your flight because you're listening to the iPod? Okay, like, we'll see whenever you get here what happens to that.
A ver, ahorita cuando llegues vas a ver.
You're gonna fuck me up.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. What about going out to eat, like, as a kid? Like, because, I mean, money was tight for us. So, like, my mom had me over here lying to get into buffets, like, how old I was and stuff.
Same. Okay. Yes. Buffets for sure. I mean, we went out not so often. I feel like maybe just on Sundays, the usual, but not like every day, like, oh, whatever. But something my dad would do, if, I don't know, maybe like I'm thinking about like summer break when we didn't have school, he would take us to, because my dad works in the roofing industry.
Okay.
And so he would come home and then pick us up, and then he'd take us to go like to his job site or whatever.
Yeah.
And then on the way back home, he would promise us McDonald's and a Happy Meal. So we would do that during like the weekday, but it was not like He would
Nothing
never take
hard.
us to
Yeah.
like a restaurant or anything like that. It was only like on Sundays for like brunch or something, but that would probably be like the buffet. Or there's
Mm-hmm.
this one place here in Kansas City called
Okay.
Ryan's Buffet. If you're
Oh,
from
dude, there was
KC,
one here in Houston. We always used to
no
go to it. Yeah, we
way.
used to go to it, and then it closed down. I don't know for what reason.
Yes, it closed down. Well, that was a spot for us every Sunday.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't know that was a chain, like a big chain like that, because I've only
Yeah,
seen one
Ryan's
here
Buffet.
ever.
Yeah, only one here
Yeah.
too.
Was it in Pasadena,
It was in, yeah, kind of. Yeah,
South
sort of.
Houston?
No, not South Houston. It was on Spencer, like by mi tienda.
Babe, see, that's the thing though. You keep saying that Pasadena and South Houston, like, isn't that where it splits?
Yeah,
By mi tienda?
yeah, by mi tienda.
That's kind of like the gray area of.
It's no man's land.
Yes.
But
Anyway.
no, here I got a story. Like I remember one time. Well, there's been like a couple of times for Ch.16 Pizza, like where one time
Yes,
I was
Cece's
like,
Pizza.
one time I was like, ya tenía como like 14, 15. My mom's like, dile que tienes 12. So you can get, so you get the, I was like, Mom, I'm taller than you, and I'm starting to freaking grow a mustache. Dile que tienes 12. I was like, okay. And then he's like, how old are you? 12.
Babe, while she's giving you a big pinch in the back.
Yeah, she's
you're
fucking
in
grabbing my
front.
arm like a full
She's
force,
twisting your arm.
my shit. Yeah. I'm like, I'm 12.
She's like, tell him you're 12.
Oh my god.
You were 12 for 5 years in a row.
Yeah, dude, for real. He's like, hey man, we seen you here last year. You were 12 too.
Right.
You're
Sir, pick a
motherfucking right.
struggle.
But then another one that was hilarious was like we went to Cc's like right before Thanksgiving, and we went in there and they were like, I was like, oh, I told my mom like, can we go to Cc's? And then she's like, no, like, no, I guess I can mass. And I'm like, come on, please. And she's like, I told her I got like I got a $5 discount with this this Thanksgiving thing that they gave us at school, and it was like a like a page out of a coloring book of a turkey, and at the bottom it said $5 off Cc's Pizza. But see, I didn't even color it. I was just like, let's just use this, and she's like, okay, fine, let's go. So we go, and me and Ligia both have one, my little sister, and they're like, oh, we can't accept that, and Mom was like, why not? She's like, well, because they have to be colored. And I'm like, are you serious?
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
they have to be colored. So then my mom freaking like right next to the Caesar's Pizza was hilarious because there was like a dollar store. So she goes in there,
What
buys,
the
she buys a
heck?
box of crayons, like the cheapest ones are probably like 50 cents. Hey, estamos afuera coloreando. We're outside the freaking restaurant coloring this stupid turkey. Like, todo feo. We're like, there you go. It's fucking colored. Give us
I
our
would have like
discount.
I color outside the lines.
I
on
know,
purpose.
yeah. That's what we did. We were like all just trying to hurry the fuck up because we were hungry as shit. And they were like, no, we
Wow.
can't let you in.
You gotta color it. You gotta do the work so I can give you $5
Fuck
off.
fucking Cc's Pizza
Hey,
guy.
I gotta say, Cece's Pizza had some really good cinnamon rolls. Let's just talk about those.
Yeah, those were good. I
So
don't even mind.
good.
I didn't even mind the pizza. The pizza was pretty good too.
No, the pizza is pretty good. For us, I felt like so there's this place called Pizza Street here in Kansas City. It's just it's kind of similar, but I would still say Cece's is a little better.
Okay.
But that's another pizza buffet spot that we would go to a lot. There's only like one location left, I think, here in Kansas City.
What was
but
it
I
called?
wasn't sure
Pizza
if
what?
Pizza Street.
Oh, Pizza Street.
I'm curious if anybody's ever heard of it or been to. But yeah, that one was also kind of like, and it was just like affordable. All you can eat. You have to love the arcade though. The arcade they had in there.
It's
Almost
nice.
always. Wait, did your Cc's not have like arcades?
Oh yeah, it had like but this was weird. The one that I would go to, it was like a little back room in the very back, like.
Yeah, well, it was like a little arcade room.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Then yeah, everybody. Yeah, well, yeah, it was kind of shady back.
I mean,
then.
it wasn't the best, but like it was fun.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I'd rather just go eat.
Okay, see, I didn't have like a Xbox at home or something like that, so I really wouldn't.
Oh,
maybe it would just, like-
you would abuse it. You would be like, hell yeah, arcade.
Okay, yeah. But yeah,
Nah.
as far as like eating out, I think another spot that we would always go to here is called Taqueria Mexico, which is
Okay.
like one of the. I mean, look, it's not on my top Mexican restaurants, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good, and it's been around since I can remember, and they always had like a party room in the back. And I remember siempre after like, oh, I don't know, we would go to like the rodeo or like horse races on Sundays. This was like when I was little. We would go like every single Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
After that, like me, my family, and Daisy's family, and like my aunts, we would all go to have dinner there, and that was
Okay.
like kind of like a big deal because you were like actually going to eat good, and but you were going to hang out with your cousins or whatever. And I remember we would always get that room.
Yeah.
And we would play like crazy. We would just like run around the tables, and like the parents were too unbothered to say
Give a
anything
crap.
because they were like kind of chit chatting. Yeah, it was Sunday, so
It was hilarious too because like I have another story, but this is not even a restaurant. This is a food truck. Because like during the summer, I would go with my dad to work. Like just to help out. But I wouldn't really do shit because my uncle was the boss. So I would just go there and like, just to get like an extra $20 or whatever.
mm-hmm.
And I remember when the lochera will pull up, my dad would be like, ¿Quieres unos tacos? And I'll be like, pues sí. ¿Hace cuántos quieres? 4. And then he's like, 4? I'm like, yeah, 4. He's like, okay, pues okay. Like con una cara que ni me quería pagar los tacos.
Oh
I'm
my
like, God damn. Is that too much? Because I want 4.
You're like, because I really want 6. I was just trying to.
Yeah, I was trying to help you out, man. What the fuck?
I was trying to help your pocket
Yeah, and he's like, 4, ¿quieres 4?
in these trying times.
And then he will like even give me with the, bueno, pues yo no voy a ordenar nada, pero si te queda ahí me como algo tuyo. Like, God damn.
You're dead.
It was a penny pinching.
Yeah, the struggle bus.
He said, not up in here. He said, me dejas uno.
He said, leave me a bite.
Yeah. Oh my God. My mom would be
So-
like, yeah.
Oh, what? Your mom what?
Oh no, I would tell my mom when I would get home, she would be like, ten, mañana te doy dinero para que tú compras con tu propio dinero. That was funny.
So Saturday mornings, it's the weekend. What was your weekend like as a kid? What do you remember? You would wake up. What would you do?
I would wake up super early and probably start playing video games like straight off right off the morning. And then even like dude, not even lying. Sometimes I would wake up and I would like, cause I was good like at making huevo, like standard huevo con chorizo or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go to the mornings and I would just start cooking something. Then my sisters would wake up and they'll be like, "Can you make extra?" And I was already finishing up my piece and I was like, "God damn it!" So then I had to go fucking cook 2 more because these people wanted to get some. And they're like, "Y calientas tortillas," and I was like, "God, I just want to go back to my room
To play.
I know, freaking bother me and crap." But
Your
yeah,
family wasn't the ones that like would wake up early Saturday morning and start like blasting music and cleaning.
no, because my mom would work
That's true.
till like 3 in the morning, so we were all had to be quiet.
Oh, right, because she was sleeping.
She was sleeping, yeah.
Yeah.
And then my mom would get
for
pissed on my dad
us,
because my dad would like start mowing the lawn at early in the morning. My mom's like trying to get some sleep. But yeah,
that never fails on a Saturday morning. Yeah, for us it was my mom always blasted music like loud as hell too. And there was no way of like sleeping in or anything like that, and it was always like cumbia, like Los Angeles Azules or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd wake up and yeah, we'd help her out a little bit, but I think the first thing I would do was kind of like I would check my phone obviously at a young age. But no, we would like I would eat cereal and just like turn on the TV and see. I wasn't very much of like cartoons up like in middle school or high school. I was more like I was watching like MTV3, like the Latino version of MTV.
Damn. You were ahead of your time.
I was ahead of my time. I was listening. It was always like I was always listening to like the top 10 songs, music videos. That was my.
I would watch
tea for
cartoons
sure.
and then occasionally watch like, what was that show? There was a show called Casos de la Vida Real or some shit like that. My sisters would watch on the TV.
Oh yeah.
So like I mean, that was not my programming of what to watch, but I mean, I was just there in the sala, so I would just watch whatever they were watching.
Mm-hmm.
Y estaba yo con las novelas con mis sisters.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you're a middle child and you only have sisters.
Middle child error. High five.
Bop.
Boom.
But yeah.
What about whenever? So, see, your childhood was a little bit different from mine because you actually had everything kind of in walking distance from you. For us, like we kind of had to. It wasn't as close, and a lot of times, like for us, like the nearest Walmart is probably like 15-20 minutes away, whereas like maybe it's not that far.
Well, it depends, like, when it was. Because, like, whenever we had just gotten here from Mexico, we would walk everywhere, not by choice, but because we had to. So,
Right.
I mean, we would walk to Food Town, but it wasn't close. It was like a 30-minute walk. But
Oh, really?
that was the only way we could, get to the store.
Yeah, same for us. Like we took my mom didn't drive our entire, growing up, and anytime we had like a doctor's appointment or like we had to go get some groceries and it was kind of a ways away, we would take public transport. Public transport, baby, ride in the bus. So we did that up to like when my sister started driving.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when
Yeah,
when we
got a
started
car. What was
getting
it?
to
What was y'all's
places.
first car?
As a family, or
Yeah.
like my sister's first car, because
Who got the first car? Like, who started driving first?
funny.
Okay, what would she have?
I think the very first car, I think it was like it was like those minivans, the
Oh,
caravan. Is that what it's
wow.
called?
A caravan.
That's where I learned
Is
how
it
to
the
drive.
pointy one, like at the front?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I
But
know
then,
what
but
you-
then my dad, I don't know why.
was it
he
white?
sent it-
Sorry.
No, it was actually like this, like purple shade, kind of like.
Oh wow, Jesus.
Mhm. But then my dad sent it to Mexico, and then my sister's like first official car was like a Tahoe.
Damn.
So that's what we were in most of the time until I got my first car.
Our first family car was a gray Astro van, which is like the ones.
I remember those. Yes.
Yeah, those are the ones like the lollipop people use nowadays.
The lollipop people.
Not the lollipop, the
ice cream
the ice cream
man.
man. Yeah.
I'm like, lollipop.
Man, I would swear to God, we went through some hard times with that thing. I remember one
Really?
time.
Would it leave you on the side of the road?
No, not that. Like the windshield wipers, like fucking, like one time they wouldn't work. So like, not the windshield wipers. Sorry, the air conditioning wouldn't work. So whenever it would rain, the inside of the glass would fog up. So somebody had to have like a little towel to like clean the windshield while my mom was driving, and we were just. It was a whole show, man. It was crazy.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it was so bad, but made it through, baby.
Yeah, the minivan didn't. I don't think it had great AC. Which is probably why my dad sent it to Mexico. But I learned how to drive in that thing, and then I learned. When did you learn how to drive? Like what age?
Probably when I was 16.
Are you kidding me? My dad taught me when I was 12.
Dang, that's cool. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I would borrow. Sorry. Like, what do you mean by learning how to drive at 12? Like, were you
Oh,
driving
okay.
by
So
yourself?
when you learn how to drive, I'm sorry, not when you got your first license and you were able to drive on your own, but like when did you learn?
Oh, I mean, I borrowed. Like, I didn't borrow the car, but like I moved the car like from spot A to spot B when I was like 11 or 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's kind of the same for us. Yeah, we weren't like driving on the highway at 12. If I didn't.
Yeah,
mean it like
yeah.
that,
That's what I
but
meant.
More
I was
like
like,
when
oh,
did you
damn.
learn how to drive?
Yeah. Like, yeah,
Gotcha.
11, 12.
Because
Especially,
I didn't start driving till I was in high school.
yeah, especially whenever I told you. Remember how I told you that I would go to work with my dad. Well, like the trucks there, I would move them from like I'd be like, hey, mueve la troca para acá para bajarlas, whatever. So I would go, y ahí iba, I'm manejando la troca de reversa.
I'm laughing. I didn't have my headphone plugged in.
Oh,
So I was wondering why I was hearing such empty, like my voice just,
it wasn't all there. That's funny.
it wasn't on there. It's plugged in now, but
Now, all the way to the
as
end.
we're going to wrap this
Yeah.
up.
Hey, let me hit record now. I'm kidding.
Babe, I was freaking out for a moment because I was like, because I felt something that was wrong, but I was like, I can't quite put my you see my headphone in. It was not plugged in all the way.
Wow. So you over there faking
anyway. Yeah, and then I was like, is it that I didn't hit record or something? But
no,
anyway.
You're all good.
So, anything else you would like to add on this drive down memory lane?
No, ma'am. I think that's all good. I think it was a fun episode. Throwing it back Thursday. Hopefully some of you guys can relate with our stories. Yeah. And leave us a comment of what was your first freaking driving experience, or if you ever had any of the embarrassments of having to lie about your age to get into
having to lie about your age. Yes, I know.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening and tuning in to us. Happy to have you here. My dog's barking up a storm back there. And that's going to be it. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. See you guys Monday. Peace.
Oh, Monday maybe is... Wait, why did I act like... Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I was going to say Monday is a holiday. And I was going to say, wait, are we uploading on Monday even though... What?
Oh, you think corporate's going to not let us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to figure that out then.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys on Monday possibly.
See ya.
Have a good weekend. Bye.